to his response about it being too expensive to have kids, you said, that's not the way to think about this. Explain.
Well, when I had my children, we were in a two-bedroom small apartment overlooking a garage. And then the next year, I have the second child, we had an apartment with a view. And then by the third child, we could get a two-bedroom house. And you just, as you move on, you start doing better and better. But people, you don't have to go to the movies. You don't have to go out for dinner. You can just spend time with the most wonderful gifts you can ever have.
Exactly.
As a children.
Okay, so this is Elon Musk's mother, and she is talking about how you don't have to go to the movie. So if you've been working a 40, 60, 80-hour week, that you don't need any downtime. You don't have to go see a movie that you want to see and, just decompress. You don't have to go out to dinner so you can catch up with friends and family. You don't have to, do any activity so you can decompress and relax. Just go to work your 40, 60, 80-hour week, come back to the small apartment that you have kids and spend time with them. That's all you need in your life. So you need to make more kids. And this has nothing to do with Black people or POC, people. This has to do with European Americans. That's what she's talking about, that they need to have more babies, pop out more babies so they can be indentured servants to her son and make her son more money. That's basically what she's saying here. She's trying to act like she's this sweet old woman, but she is diabolical and evil. And it makes sense why her son is the way that he is. She encouraged this from him. And this is why he's so messed up in the head as he is, to sit up here and pretend like this is about replacement. It's not about replacement. It's about corporations shaking in their boots. There's not enough people to take care of the people who are older and elderly. And also there's not enough people to work and be enslaved I won't say enslaved, to be indentured servants in their plantation companies. Is what it is, because these companies are not paying a living wage. Wages are stagnant. Before, they want to go back like to the 1950s and 60s, where you could work one job, mom could stay home with the kids, and you could get what you need because you had certain benefits at work. They don't have that anymore, because little by little they've been chipping away at it, because these people are expendable. Now these people have gotten so rich and they've gotten so greedy, and they just don't know when to stop, because they subscribe to the Jake Welch business model. He was with GM, and before they tanked, he left with his shareholder buddies and other CEO buddies with a lot of money, and he got out of Dodge because everything was just fine. He came in and said, you can make more money. It started this idea of every annual not quarter, but every year annually, you should be doing better and better and better and making more and more money. This is not a business model that can be sustained. At some point, the rug is going to come out from underneath them, the whole too big to fail situation. And when the actual business will fail, it's not going to keep making more money year after year after year, especially if you do not have something in your business model where people do have enough funds to actually support your business. You can't sit up here and expect more and more money every year when you're keeping wages stagnant. That you're an idiot at that point. So that's what she wants. She wants people to have more kids so there'll be more people. So that would kind of prop up this idea they have. Like I said, the unhinged, that's who these people are. They don't care about anybody else. For whatever reason, there was a switch where it started with the poor. It was a switch for having a heart for the poor, and now the poor are poor because of themselves and forget them and let them be homeless and on the side of the street. Nobody cares about mental health issues. Then they started coming after the middle class, which they've completely decimated that. And the reason why they decimated it, because the foundation of it is racism. A lot of Black people were finding themselves in the middle class, and they would be damned if any of us will become, in any certain amount of numbers that's significant, if we would climb to millionaire status. So they are totally they have decimated the middle class, and it's the haves and have-nots right now. And they are coming together thinking they have enough money, enough forced to really put their knee on the neck of the working class. And the people who I blame for this are European American people, because they thought because they had that colorless skin that they were a part of this group. These people cannot stand the expendables, the people who think they're a part of the group, but they're just made to make everybody else's life a living hell. And when they took their asses on Red Note and they saw, you could have this, that in a communist country like China and other places around the world where they're trying to build something, and they actually take into consideration, to a point, I'm not saying these are wonderful nations and they don't have their problems, but they are taken into consideration. If we do harm our general public, we're going to suffer the consequences. But this nation is so racist and so hateful, and it burns deep within them where their soul should be, that they are willing to do whatever they have to make sure that we Black people always first on the list, and then everybody else finds no success. They are willing to harm themselves or cheat themselves out of something just as long as they can sleep well at night to know that we don't have it. This is why they're trying to do the gerrymandering and the taking away voting rights and all that stuff. They don't want us to be a part of anything. And at this point, I don't care. I really don't care. Let them do it, because it's just moving them further and further to burning it all down. So President Elon Musk, mother, basically is telling you need to open those legs and start popping up more colorless babies so they can prop up my son. So I want to know how you feel about that, because when she was talking about, she started in a small apartment overlooking a garage, and then she had her next child and she got a better apartment with a view, and then by the third child she got a house. That's a colorless thing. That was years ago. How old is she? That was probably back in the 1930s or something when she could do that. This is present time, and these older people trying to tell younger people, well, you should do it this way. Things are not the same. I would love for them to go back to the beginning and start out and try and do what they did 70, 60, 80 years ago and see how successful they would be. But she's unhinged. She wants indentured servants. She's telling white women, you need to get busy and get popping out those colorless babies. So what do you say to what she has to say, that you don't need a movie, you don't need a dinner. All you need to do is get your ass up, go to work 12 to 16 hours, come home, spend time with your children, make sure you have a gaggle of geeses, and get them prepped and ready for her son to underpay. What do you think about that? And I'll see you in the next one.